It's Saturday morning. The kids have gone out. My wife's taken them. They're not back till 2 o'clock and it's currently 9:30. I've come to the office to try and get some Mergs work done. Mergs, for some context, it's a weightlifting and CrossFit brand. I'm the only person who works here. I'm just giving you a bit of insight into what I do and my thought patterns. This is not a guide. You can try and follow it if you want, but none of what I'll talk about will be specific to you. But it's more of just a brain dump, and I hope you find some value in it. So what I'm going to do is I really want to come in today and do what I deem a high leverage task, something of importance, something where, progress will get made. At the minute, Mergs is not doing as well as I'd like. This is something you don't hear on YouTube. No one ever tells you that. They're always sunshine and rainbows. No, Mergs is not doing great. At one point, we were doing about 35,000 a month. I say we, it's only me. At the minute, it's maybe 13. And such is life, right? 6 months ago, I went back to full-time employment. I ran Mergs full-time for 3 years. When my girls were born, they're 4, I've got twins. And enough of the waffle, that's not the point. So I'm coming today and I'm like, right, I need to do some email marketing. You get such a good return on investment. It's absolutely magnificent. There was a point in time where I was paying an agency £1,000 a month and they were generating 9,000 in sales through email. 9 to 1. That's massive. If you had a Facebook ad that brought 9 times the money back that you spent, that'd be just ridiculous. That'd be an absolute home run of an ad. It probably can be done. Someone probably is. But at the same time, email, I've seen it done literally to my account. So it's fascinating. So I'm just going to dive in today, show you literally what I'm thinking and how I do things, and hopefully something's useful to you. Right, being straight up. I am not an expert at anything, but running my own business, I'm quite good at a lot of things. And what I'm quite good at is finding the people that are really good at things. I've got someone here, this guy called Max, and I've seen him on Instagram and videos and all sorts, and he has a thing called the Inbox. This is probably the best tool I can recommend to you for email marketing. It is outstanding. You just get stuff in your inbox constantly. Check this one out. The Anatomy of High Converting Emails and How to Design One Fast. Is that not just what we want to be told? And also, we often need reminding more than we need teaching. So, sometimes a little reminder. Don't be sat there scratching your head trying to come up with these unique and new ideas. I'm very orange, but ignore that. So, let's have a look at Max. Hi, it's Max from the Inbox, blah, blah, blah. Generate 150 million in revenue. Right, copy comes first. Headline that calls out the pain or benefit. For me, it's knee sleeves. I'm selling knee sleeves to people. That is our primary product. That is my hero. That is what I want to push people to. There's the most margin in it and there's the most success. That's the winner. So, a subheading with one sentence of punchy info, short sections of body, one sentence match, replete call to actions, I can't speak today, social proof or product highlights. Let's come down for a look. So, structure is very important. You need to guide the reader's eye. People need to go from left to right and top to bottom. They will go on and down as we read in this part of the world. Here's some examples. So, Max often recommends using a platform called Mild. Mild is absolutely outstanding. Mild, you can sign up for a free account and you get the last 6 months of basically any brands. See, I've been on before. Look, Manscaped. You can click on these brands. Oh, there's no emails found. Fantastic. Great demonstration. Gymshark. No emails found again. Well, let's just pretend that bit didn't happen. Sorry. So come back to this. We'll go back to Gruns, maybe? I don't know if it's Gruns or Gruns. Let's just get rid of that. Right, back to Byte. So here we go. Great example of Byte. You come down and you look at all these emails and I look at these like, wow, these are really cool, good-looking emails. Something I really struggle with is repetition. People don't care. People don't know. People are not paying that much attention to your thing. I really struggle with feeling like I'm repeating myself constantly, but that's what marketing is, right? You've got a product and a solution for a specific person and a specific problem. You've just got to keep shouting the same thing. If you shout different things every time, people are going to not really know what you're trying to tell them. If one day you walk past and someone's shouting, oh, buy our thumb tape, you're like, oh, okay, they do tape. And the next time it's, oh, buy our knee sleeves. And then the next time it's money off. And the next time it's get a free water bottle. They might be like, what are you even selling? Why would I be here? What problem are you trying to solve? What are you doing for me? People want to know what you will do for them for money. That's the swap. That's the ratio. So have a quick look at this. There's some really, really good examples on here. Like you say, you can dive in, find all the information. just for inspiration like that. Look at the simplicity of that. If you break that down, that's just an image. Yes, it's got a logo at the top, bit of a tagline. That's just a photo, mentions a free gift, mentions the offer. I feel that's really important. You've got to show the offer. But big oral care isn't built for you. And you might be like, big oral, what do you mean? They mean like Colgate and Oral-B. And then traditional oral care relies on outdated plastic tubes, harsh formulas, and one-size-fits-all thinking. That kind of grabs your attention. You're looking at that being like, yeah, I guess I do use Colgate and plastic tubes, and I guess I've never considered why I don't use different toothpaste. I just use what I use. That's what they're trying to get you to think. So you come down, better standards versus big brand. So they're just showing you the direct comparison immediately. And Animal Safe Whitening, toothpaste, blah, 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 showing you about some products, and then straight into this. So there's upgrade your routine there. So we've got a button there, upgrade your routine. Not buy now, not shop now, not come and give us your money. Upgrade. They're basically saying, let's be better. We'll help you be better. Look, let's get better together. Scroll down, another image. A lot of this, it's all built on images. So it'll all be built in Figma. Oh, it took me straight to the link. That's annoying. Let's try and do that. Open image in new tab. So look, that's the section. We can all make a section like that. And let's be honest, once you've made the template, you can cut out the images, you can cut out the pros and cons. That can be for any product. So going back to this, another call to action, upgrade your routine. Come down again, upgrade your routine, get your upgrade. It's always just guiding you. Free gift, the upgrade you've been looking for. Look at all this. It's not come and buy our stuff. It's make your life better and we can help. For a good deal, check this out. They're always pushing the discount and the offer. So that's just one example that I picked by random. Let's go down and just pick another one. So again, more stuff. Treat yourself, from you to you, 25% off. So sometimes there's discounts and deals thrown in. Of course there is. That's part of business. Sometimes you're overstocked, sometimes you're understocked, right? Sometimes you need to move inventory. That's a position I'm in at the minute. I've got a lot of excess stock. I think it's in terms of retail value, maybe 70 or 80,000 in excess stock. So you'll do like an ABC analysis. It does it on Shopify automatically. I'm not a master wizard, but it'll show you the different tiers. I apologize. The different tiers of quality. A is all good stuff that's moving and selling consistently and moving through. B is probably sitting around a little bit longer, 30 to 90 days. C is stuff that's been there. I've got products that are in stock and they've been there over a year. That's not good business. It's a good job my products aren't consumable because they'd all be in the bin. You know, if they had sell-by dates and use-by dates, I'd be knacked. Anyways, let's just dive into this. So that's one example, just to have a quick look. Inventory update running low. Again, another email from Byte. We're down to the last few. Again, creating urgency. They're like, whoa, don't miss out. If you want the complete 8-piece system, first, you need to claim it now. Don't let Healthy Habit before it's stalled out. Okay, cool. So this one's trying to tie in with urgency and ensure people are going, oh, what's this? This is not a great email, I don't think, to a brand new person. If you've just signed up to this email list, you might not know what Byte does yet. I'll be honest, I don't. I don't know what this brand does. Even off the images and the things, it's clearly dental care, it's oral hygiene, I don't know what these little tablet-looking things are, but they're clearly something. So this is probably an email that goes well with someone who's been on your list for a little while. They know what you do, they know who you are, they're just waiting to be reminded, just a nudge. They just need that last, push you over the edge. Whereas there's other emails that are better at education. This one, wellness starts in the mouth. Your mouth is the gateway to your entire system. Again, they're sort of pushing at you. Look, this is how we can improve you as a person. We can improve who you are. Let's not get ill because you've got bad teeth. Let's go down. Upgrade your routine. Again, we saw that last time. That clearly is a call to action that works well for these. Balance and burn. Again, these are just single images. That's just an image. That again, that's just an image there. That's another section just made in Figma. Once again, that can exist. You can just have the copy change. You can change the wording and you can change the call to action. That can just be a template. That's it. It's that easy. And I'm telling you this, but at the same time, I need to do this. I'm not out here, again, pretending I am some sort of world master advertiser. No, I wish I was. That'd be great. But I'm learning like you're learning. I'm just sharing the process, right? So we come down. We've already seen this one. You see this image here? We literally just saw this image on the other email. All they've done is swapped the them and us around. They've changed some of the copy. They've swapped the problems on the left to the right and the right to the left. They've just done a switch. Dead easy. Especially if you're in Figma or Photoshop, that's a 10-second change. Again, upgrade your routine. coming down, pushing the bundle, pushing the offers, $64 off $128, half price, blah, blah, blah. The smarter system, again, more benefits, not features. And I used to do this. I'd like, our knee sleeves have got the best stitching and the best neoprene. So, what does that mean? Best what? Best in terms of, even if you say the best quality, you're like, but how does that help me? Yeah, people might associate that with a long-lasting product, but if you've not told them why the product's even good for them, why the hell are they going to buy it? So you've got to bear that in mind too. People need to know what they're buying. If you say, this can help reduce knee pain, or 68% of people who wear Merck's knee sleeves say their knees feel better. All of a sudden, their knees feel better when lifting. Make it specific, because they might be like, what, walking, sleeping? No, when lifting. Make it relevant to these people. So I think that's really important as well. Right, let's have a quick look at Grüns. Same again, just another good example of another brand that is absolutely smashing it for quite a low value product. These businesses are different to ours, maybe yours, maybe not, in the fact that these guys have subscription models. They get you in the loop. You know, a lot of big businesses these days, Space Goods and AG1 and all these others, get you into subscriptions. It turns out people seem to have realized that the way to sell things consistently and get repeat customers is get you into a subscription. That's not something that I can do with physical products. Arguably, the products I sell are a bit too good because they last for years. So yeah, not always relevant, but even still, look at all these call to actions. You can see them here. Get up to 60% off, 60% off, 60% off, 60% off, 60% off. So this is clearly their core offer. Every single email, get up to 52% off, 52% off, 52% off, 52% off. And you're like, wow, you guys are really hammering the discount. Yeah. Let's have a look at this one real quick. 8 a.m.s are hard, Grüns is easy. I assume it's called Grüns, I don't know. So it's a superfoods greens gummies thing. The nutrients your body needs to survive, 8 a.m. I cannot even read. The nutrients your body needs to survive 8 a.m. lectures, 2 a.m. study sessions, frat basements and dorm bathrooms. Who is that targeting? That is so clear. That's not targeting me. I'm not a student. There's no 8 a.m. lectures. There's no 2 a.m. study sessions. I'm not in a frat basement or a dorm bathroom. Clearly, that's aiming at students that want convenience, that want nutrition, that want to do better. Instantly, that person will read that and be like, shit, yeah, that is me. I do have an 8 a.m. lecture. That will be real to someone. They're like, yeah, it is hard to get up and off. The dining hall could never. Did you take your Grüns today? Blah, blah, blah. And then some of the benefits packed with 20 critical nutrients. To me, again, convenient and tasty. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Supports gut, brain, and overall body health. Really relevant, really direct. The first one, packed with 20 crucial nutrients. That doesn't mean anything to me, really. That could be random things. That could be like things that are not that important. 60 plus nutrients, dense ingredients. At the same time, not my favorite, but then again, I'm not running a $150 million brand. So they know better than me. But again, don't forget, you'll see things like this. This could be their version of testing. They might not be set on that. They might have run this and been like, yeah, we ran that segment and no one clicked on it at all. They might be thinking that. They're still doing testing too. Not everything big businesses do is proven to be successful. Look at things like Apple. Look at the Apple Vision Pro. That just was a shit show. It really was. They thought we're going to nail this because it's Apple. They know how to print money. They're not out rolling a dice on anything. Apple are in it to win it and shareholders are clearly king. They made a right tits and it didn't really sell. And yes, they'll have still made money on it, but it was considered a failure for Apple and a little bit embarrassing. So bear in mind, even big brands make a mess of things. Mercedes once launched a pickup truck. You won't see them anymore because, again, nobody bought them. There's loads of different versions of things that big brands have done that didn't work. So they're just testing like we're just testing. Going through these again. So this is what I want to try and do. What I'm going to do now is find my products. I'm only going to do a couple of emails for now. Just going to make a start. In fact, let's get straight into Figma. No, scratch this. Right, where's Figma? Where have you gone? I may as well just show you live. So what Max has done as well is he has this email list, which again goes through all the benefits, all the things that you need to know. You should support the copy and guide the scroll, not overwhelm the reader. Again, sometimes I do it. I find myself putting blocks of text in. You've really got to care to read it. I can't remember the last time I got an email from a brand that was a paragraph of text and I was like, ooh, let me sink my teeth into this. No, I don't have time for that. Like, tell me what you want or go away. And that's exactly the same. How it works: big tappable buttons, consistent colour and contrast, clean sections that flow into each other, smart use of infographics and visual proof, subtle details, gradient shadows and spacing. That sounds like a lot, I know. But again, all we need is a few templates. So this here, the full design process inside Figma, it does videos on stuff. These are fantastic. Like, I've literally got this open in a different tab. Like, that's on my list of things to do. I've not actually watched this video yet, but I do plan to, because I think it'll be gold. I want you to watch it. I'll put a link in the description, because let's all learn together, right? So let's go into Figma. So we're in Figma. This is Open House. This is who I used to work with. They are fantastic. All the emails they've written for me are absolutely outstanding. This here, the mix and match design templates. I bought this off Max. He had some sort of deal thing on where you could get all these templates and all these examples like this, full email examples of all these different segments. Sometimes I struggle with putting an email together, or not putting it together, but just having that creative inspiration. And these are just such great examples just to get the ball rolling, just to get you thinking. You're like, all of these are fully editable. You can change all the images, you can change all the text, all the copy. Don't get me wrong, you will need to learn a little bit of Figma, but I think these cost me maybe 30 or 40 pounds, which at first, it's a dice roll. You look at it and you're like, am I just giving money to an internet grifter? No, I'll be honest. I can attest to Max's information is superb. It's second to none. So look at all these. I mean, I literally use that one in Klaviyo regularly. That's one of the segments I use with the little reviews and I think it's that one actually there. So I use this one here. Let me just try and flip back. I don't know Figma well enough, but if we jump into this one, again, not an expert in Figma, I'm just trying my best. Come down here, over to this one. So this was one of the emails that I made based on Max's templates and designs. I'll be honest, it's not my favourite email, but at some point, it just doesn't matter. You've just got to give stuff a go. I think it's too word heavy. So I look at this now. Benefits of knee sleeves you may not know. That might be useful to some people. There will be some people as well that go, I don't really know what knee sleeves do. To someone, this is worth it. But it just depends. Who are you trying to capture? Are you trying to do $1 million a month? Or are you trying to educate a few people to get those sales up from 15,000 to 18,000 or 20,000? Big difference. You know, we're not talking millions and billions. So sometimes, you know, you've got to just rein it in on what the big guys are doing. So there we go. That is a block that I use all the time. I think it's lovely. If you scroll down, you can see all these. One thing Mergs is very good for is good reviews. That's something I'm very proud of. So let's move across. So I don't know if I've got any more templates as of yet, but this morning's goal is to write some emails based on these. I will attack this probably for the next hour or two, and we'll jump right back. I'll show you where I got to. I'll show you exactly what I've done. I'll show you how I did it. And yeah, we'll just talk through it and we'll see if we can create something cool together. Right, my turn. Right, like I've said before, I am genuinely no expert in Figma. I plan to be at some point. I plan to be really competent because it seems to be what a lot of email marketers or even like website designers use. It's a very competent piece of software. I am, however, quite competent in Photoshop. So you'll see me diving back and forth into Photoshop to edit backgrounds out of images. You can probably do all this in Figma, but for me now to try and figure that out, it's better for me to use the software that I know just because it is quicker and easier for me at this point. But, you know, one day we're getting there. We want to be good at Figma too. So yeah, what I'm doing is a lot of just trial and error and almost filling in the blanks like it's a questionnaire. You know, once you've got a template, it is a case of just finding the information. You just get rid of this sort of decision fatigue on what goes where. You just have to fill in the blanks. So yeah, I'm trying to go through, make sure all the colors look right, make sure everything sort of is on brand, using the font that I use, using the colors that we use, making it all just feel cohesive. And yeah, I looked at the timeline on this and I think it was about 45 minutes to finish this email. But bear in mind, most of these elements now can be used in different places in different ways for different products. So as much as, yeah, it could cost you a full hour on the first one, that's not going to be for everyone. So bear that in mind going forward. Right, that's it. So, I have a bit of a problem with perfectionism and overthinking things. This has taken me, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe 40 at a push. A lot of this stuff, I'm bearing in mind that I'm going to reuse this sort of template, this style, this format. This could be used for different products, for different ideas, for different versions. You can change all of these blocks around constantly. So, don't get too into the weeds with email. In fact, all you've got to do is test things. Anyways, I'll talk you through this. I'll tell you the logic why. I don't know if it's my favourite email ever. I'll be honest. And I think it's the background on this. I think it's this horrible gradient I've put in. I really am not a fan. It's really hard to sort of see anything. It's a bit too blue at the top for me. Let's try switching them around. That is better, but still it's not my favourite. Maybe I just want a bit of a more neutral... yeah, maybe I just take the opacity down a bit and just make it a bit calmer. That grey at the top, not my favourite. Maybe a bluey grey. I don't know. I'm sort of struggling with this section. Anyways, not the point. This just ties in perfectly to me overthinking everything that I'm doing. So, this is where we're at. So I'll start from the top. Try to grab you with a headline. Better knees or your money back. Straight up, better knees or your money back. Like, that's true. Like, you get a 60-day full use money back guarantee. You can use these knee sleeves, you can batter them, do what you want with them. Just try them. I know you're going to love them. I do. If you get the right size and you're a lifter, you're going to be in. Anyways, so come on to that. Picture of action. Better knees or your money back with lifter. Quite clear, that ties into that. She's wearing the knee sleeves while she's lifting. These are not knee sleeves for swimming, they're not knee sleeves for surfing. Quite clearly, these are for lifting. Straight down. Try to throw in a picture of the product and some sort of offer or discount immediately. Not a discount. This is not the problem. This is the, goal, focus. This is what I'm trying to sell, these bundles at the minute. Because I'm trying to increase average order value. At one point, we were selling knee sleeves for £60 and people were getting 10, 15% off. It's better to throw in a free gift and have them still spend the money but just get more. Turns out, more money flow your way, that's better. So a free gift worth up to £34.99. That's not the wrist wraps, they're worth £25. You get a free water bottle that's worth £35. They're fantastic, they're really good. Not too keen on how I put this little blob in either. I think that's just a bit out of place. But at the same time, I feel like that space needed something. I can revise this. That's the only thing I think I'd change. Your knees shouldn't hurt when lifting, and we've got the solution. If they don't help within 60 days, send them back for a full refund. Really clear proposition. Upgrade your knees. It tells you more on the website about how there's a 60-day full money-back guarantee. People will figure that out. Or might do. I don't. Upgrade your knees. Call to action. What others have to say. So I try and use social proof whenever I can, because it really does help. People like to know they're not rolling a dice or taking a risk. I'm trying a lot of risk management, mitigation. So this, brilliant products, perfect for CrossFit. These are actually a great gift for my CrossFit buddy, and she loves them. What a nice review. And then that's why I threw the leopard print in there. I thought, look, that could be a good example to demonstrate other products, other versions, other variants. Extremely comfortable, purchased the V2 knee sleeves, great quality, extremely comfortable, delivered quickly and packaging was stylish. What a nice review again, these are all really good things. So I've just found 3 really nice reviews here. These 2 bits, again, this is just to show off a few more products, just to try and show a few. Mergs, we don't have lots of variations at the minute. There's only those 5. And let's be honest, 3 of them are female focused and 2 of them are only black. I know, that's where we're at the minute. This is part of running a small business. We're not Gymshark. I can't just get a mill out the bank and be like, right, 12 new designs. No, I'm actually going to sell off a lot of old stock to try and bring some money in for the new stuff. So, this is what we're going to go with. Let me build it all in Klaviyo now. I'm going to do some product stuff below. I'll show you what it looks like in about 5 minutes when it's all in Klaviyo. Right, we're back in Klaviyo. I've stuck everything together. It's literally it's in theory 2 images. There's that one and there's the bottom one. I've not gone mad. I was going to add in a load of other waffle at the bottom and change some other bits and bats, but I'm like, why? Yeah, basically, that's kind of it. Save and publish. Right, updated that. So yeah, I was going to add more stuff in. I was going to put some products underneath and blah, blah, blah. No, an email needs a focus. What is the point of the email? You can't be like, here's my business, and then start rambling on. No, that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for very clear, very straight up. This is what it is. So it's going to link straight to this product page here. I've sent it to the black on black because yes, we do have the black with white, but we're just out of stock in large, and I think there's a few that are like on the fringe. So I've just sent people to black on black. They can pick their colour and their size and whatever they want while they're doing it. And then they can come down and choose the free gift that they want. That's what we're going for. So anyways, that's that. Back into this. Now I'll show you who I'm going to send it to. So if we go next, when I was setting this up, I've not done any of this bit yet. So we need to put in an attractive subject. But before we get to that, I didn't put any profiles in. The profiles I use, who I send emails to, this is very straightforward. I send them to 180-day engaged for email engaged, and then 180-day site engaged. That sends it out to just over 10,000 people, maybe 11. Don't send to, and then I don't send to 14-day purchasers. What's more annoying than buying something and seeing a deal on it 10 days later? Nothing. That's just the worst. Nobody wants that. Nobody at all. That's disappointing. You almost feel let down. So I try and not make it obvious. I rub it in people's faces, although sometimes you will just miss out by a smidge. So now I need to come up with an attractive subject. A risk-free trial of lifting without discomfort. I tried to just throw something in there, like I said, this is off the top of my head. And in reality, I know this full well. I need to create a spreadsheet and I need to go down and do some hooks and do some subject lines and group products together. And well, I'm going to do this for that one. Sometimes, you know, we're small founders. It's Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Like, I've got a full-time job and twins. Sometimes you've got to wing it, man. Like, see how it goes. And the more you do it, the more practice you get, the better you get. So next, right, so schedule or send. So I already sent an email out today, so I'll probably put that one on for tomorrow. What do I do for timings? What's the best time to send an email? No idea. No, honestly, no idea. There will be a best time, but at the same time, time's always changing and evolving. People do different things at different times, and at some point, I'm like, if you send enough emails, they'll go to the right people. I don't feel like trying to get it into people's inbox at the right minute to make a sale. I just don't know. One thing I do know is people buy things on an evening, now that I think about it. So I might set that for 6:30 on a Sunday. Just think about it. Someone's there, they've had a busy weekend, you know, they're just ligged up at home, Sunday night, work tomorrow, they're thinking, ugh, what am I doing this week? I might go to the gym. Boom, email comes through, Mergs. Free gift with a free trial, all this sort of stuff. It should, in theory, attract some attention. So that's the plan, and that's what I've done. Sent. So that, we've just written and sent an email in an hour. Yes, sometimes an hour can feel like a lot to send an email, but there's part of me that thinks that email might generate between £200 and £800. Depends how people are feeling, depends, you know, where we are in the month, and emails can generate a lot of money. And I'm paying, I think, £300 a month for Klaviyo, so I'm paying like £10 a day. So, you know, let's get some emails sent. Anyways, that is a quick rundown of how I actually send emails for a small business without a team, without anyone else, without a gang of agencies and all sorts. No, that's just one guy in an office I rent for £100 a month, trying my hardest. Anyways, if I can help anyone out there, I hope this did. And yeah, subscribe if you think it's interesting. If not, I'm not offended.